Hey there, this is a video for you to practice yoga after you've been flying. So this can be for just a short domestic flight, or if you are um, getting off of an international flight and have been in that cramped space for many, many hours on end. This is a great practice for you. I have some notes here that you can take a look at if you'd like. The Flight Safety Foundation, a recent study done by them, discusses blood clotting during a long flight as a pretty severe medical problem that can strike even if you're young and physically fit, or if you're middle-aged and physically fit. And it's just because the space that we're in for this small amount of time, it's so cramped and small. And so unless you're regularly, if you're like me, getting up and walking around and stretching and doing all this during the flight, when you get off of the flight, it's going to feel like you haven't moved in hours, because probably you haven't moved in hours. So this is a class for you to do after you've been flying. I just flew yesterday. I was in a cramped space all day, took 2 different flights, was on a shuttle for a couple hours. And so this is fresh on my mind. And so, yeah, we're just going to focus on moving the body a lot, getting some circulation flowing, and it'll be a pretty accessible practice. We'll do a lot of things standing up, so we won't be sitting a lot. One thing I'll mention, I do this in a couple of the videos, I recommend just having an essential oil around you to smell before and after your practice. So the one I have right now is a blend called Breathe. I'm not trying to sell it, I don't even work for them, but it's from doTERRA. And so you can just rub it in your palm, rub your palms together, breathe in through your nose, maybe in through your mouth. And it's just a nice ritual to do when you're first beginning your practice. Okay. And we will begin with a breathing technique. So we'll begin seated. We'll just sit for a couple minutes here, and then the rest of the time will mostly be standing. Okay, so find your seat here. You won't need any props because hopefully you're utilizing this video when you're on the road. I want you to bookmark this if you are one who travels a lot, and it doesn't have to be after just a flight. It could be after car ride, after sitting at the office all day, anything where your hip flexors are going to get tight and maybe you're hunched over a little bit and just kind of cramped up in a tiny space. Okay. So find a seat. You can sit down on the ground like me. You can sit in a chair, and I'd like you to close your eyes when you feel ready. And just take a couple of nice cleansing breaths here. Allow these breaths to center you with the intention of grounding you. One more full breath here. And then we'll do an alternate nostril breathing practice here. I have another video where I go through it in detail, and so I'll do just the visual version for the purpose of this video. So you won't use the hand mudra or the hand gesture here. You'll just bring your attention to your left nostril and imagine that you can just breathe in through the left side of your nose and exhale through just the right side. Just imagine you can exhale through just the right side. Breathe in through the right side and out through the left side. So that's one round. You'll repeat. Breathe in through the left, out through the right, in through the right, and out through the left. So repeat this 5 more times. If you know the hand gesture, you can incorporate that at this time. So 5 more rounds of alternate nostril breath here. And keep going. Sit up nice and tall. And one more round, really focus here on your breath. And take 3 breaths in and out with both sides of your nose, both nostrils. Your focus is right in between your eyebrows, back in your head, an inch or so. And so bring your right hand to your chest, left hand to your belly, couple of diaphragmatic breaths here, and let's plant the seed of intention of grounding and centering. So this practice is all going to be about grounding, bringing awareness and attention and energy, prana, all throughout the entire body, centering yourself, coming back to your center after you've just been on a long car ride or up in the air for many hours. One more full diaphragmatic breath in and out at your own pace. Okay, so open your eyes and then make your way up to a standing position, however you like to get up to stand. Okay, so bring your hands on your hips. Your feet are going to come underneath of your shoulders. And I want you to balance on your right foot and just bring your left foot out to the side. We'll do 10 of these. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then we'll do the other side. Balance on your left foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Feet a little bit wider than hips distance apart. And just deeply bend your knees, send your hips back, and stand up. We'll do 9 more, so a total of 10. 2, 3. We're just going to work on reps here. So you're still breathing deeply. We're not moving with the breath as we normally do in practice because we want to just get circulation going, blood flowing. So when I'm bending my knees down and bringing my hips back, I'm actually lifting my toes up. So I'm not gripping with my toes. I want to lift my toes up so that the strengthening and the movement is coming from the quads and not my calf, not my shins. Okay. So 3 more. Okay, step your feet together. Hands are still on your hips. Balance on your right foot and just kick your left leg back. 2, 3, stand up tall. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And right leg goes back. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Feet together. Bring your arms to your sides. Turn your palms forward. Inhale, reach your arms out to the sides and palms come up overhead. Exhale, lower your arms down. So we will incorporate this with the breath. Inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, arms down. Inhale. Exhale. So this is more the centering part of the practice. You're coming back to your center. Your breath is at the center of everything you do in life and, of course, in our yoga class. And you might notice a subtlety here. When I inhale, the inhale happens first, and then my movement follows. The inhale ends, and then I exhale. Movement follows. And I'm continuing to exhale even after the movement is stopped. So the breath sandwiches the movement. Let's do 2 more. See if you can lift your arms up without raising the tops of your shoulders. Okay, wonderful. Bring your right shoulder forward in space, up towards your ear, back, and down. And let's really exaggerate these movements. Forward, up towards your ear, back, and down. Forward, up, back, and down. 2 more. If you're into pairing it with the breath, it's an inhale, exhale. Okay, last one. And down. And then left side, so forward, up, back, and down. Forward, up, back, and down. Forward, up, back, down. Feeling better already, huh? Don't worry, we got more leg stuff coming. I thought you were worried. Okay, so bring your hands back on your hips, and your feet are going to come under your hips, these front hip points right here. So really stabilize down into your left foot. I didn't mention that in the other 2 exercises we did with the leg, but make sure that the leg you're standing on, whether you're doing the movement out to the side or back, the leg you're standing on is firm. So now you're going to lift your right knee up in front of you, push through your heel. So you're flexing your foot and lower. Inhale. Exhale, push your foot down, let your heel come down first, and lower the ball of your foot down and your toes down. Okay, so we're going to slow it down a little bit. Inhale. Exhale. And you can speed your breath up a bit here. Because remember, we've just been sitting, we've been sedentary for many hours, so we want to get oxygen flowing into the blood. A lot of the videos we do, it's all about being very relaxed and calm, but with this, it's okay to get your heart rate going a little bit. Okay, inhale. So just by lifting one leg up, breathing deeply, you're challenging yourself a bit here. If this is easy for you, close your eyes. You can even extend your leg out in front of you. Okay, 2 more, with or without the leg extension. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, left side. So from the side, you're standing on your right foot. Lift your left leg up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Deep inhale. Full exhale. And it's forceful because we got to get the air out. Inhale. Exhale. You can keep going like this. Maybe extend your leg out in front of you. Keep going. can challenge yourself by lifting it higher if you like. Okay, 2 more. Good. And rest. Feet wider than your hips, as wide as the width of your yoga mat. And just start to make some circles with your hips. You might imagine that there's a pendulum hanging just in between your legs, so that's pointing down toward the ground, and you're making just a circle on the ground here. So you might start with small circles and then get a little bit bigger and then make them as big as feels accessible to you in this moment. So I hope you're feeling better and better already. Okay, let's go the other way. So first start with big circles. And then medium-sized circles. And small. Okay, so continue to stand with your feet hips distance apart. And you're going to bring your arms to your sides with your palms facing in. On an inhale, raise your right arm up overhead. And then exhale, lower it down. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, right arm up, bend your knees like you're in a squat, lift your toes up. Exhale, straighten your knees, lower your arm. Inhale, left arm up, lift your toes, send your hips back, and exhale, lower. Okay, so from the side, inhale, exhale. Inhale, toes are lifting, exhale, lift your core, engage your core, inhale. Exhale, one more on the left. And exhale. Okay, interlace your fingers behind your back. Feet are a little bit wider than hips distance. Draw your palms together, your knuckles down toward the ground. Engage your core, pull your tailbone down toward the ground. And your arms are externally rotating. Pull your chest forward, lift your chin up. And take 3 deep breaths here. Try to bring your head back in space. Keep pulling your shoulder blades toward one another. 2 more deep breaths. Good, and release. We'll do shoulder rolls the other way. So back, up, forward, and down. We'll do both shoulders, back, up, forward, and down. We'll do 5, and 4, and 5. Okay, so back with the left, up, forward, and down. That's 1, 2, 3. You could bend your elbow. 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so hands on your hips again, feet under your hips, and we already did one where I had you extend your leg behind you. Remember, we did this one. Now I want you to balance on your right foot and then just kick your butt. So we're alternating feet. So balance on the left, kick your right foot, balance on your right, kick your left foot. Or left, kick your right foot. You know what I mean. So you're alternating. It's a little bit loud there on the mat. Okay, so you just want to kick your butt as much as you can. Try to stand up tall as you're doing this. And look down at how you're placing your feet. You want to make sure that you're keeping your feet parallel as much as possible. So if you tend to turn out, you might want to look down at your feet here. And it's a good opportunity to just retrain how you stand, which is a lot of what we do in these classes, is just become aware of functional body movements and how to retrain how we are in our bodies. Okay, so do a little bit more until you start to fatigue your muscles here. Maybe speed it up a little bit. Try to kick your butt. Okay. And rest. bring your arms out into goalpost position. As you exhale, bring your elbows toward one another. Keep your elbows in line with your shoulders. Inhale, open your arms up. Exhale, turn to your right, pull your right hip forward, pull your right shoulder blade towards your spine, look behind you. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, elbows together. Inhale, open. Exhale, left side. Pull your left hip forward and space, look behind you. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, elbows in. Inhale, open. Exhale to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, close your arms, pull your shoulder blades apart. Inhale, open. Exhale, left. Look behind you. Inhale, back to center. Exhale. One more each side. Inhale. And remember, we're breathing a bit quicker. We're not trying to relax quite yet. Okay, we want to get the blood flow, blood circulation happening, re-oxygenate the blood. You know, they don't have the best air quality on those airplanes. Exhale and open. So keep your arms right here. And I want you to, let me step back so you can see me. Inhale and just reach up like you're trying to grab something from a top shelf. And when you do this, I want you to look at your hands grabbing and then pull the item down towards you. Whatever it is you're trying to get, cookies. I'd be getting some cookies right now. Okay? I'd be getting something sweet. So whatever it is that you're wanting. And I want you to look. So we're getting the head moving here a bit. Okay, one more on each side. Good. And rest. Right ear toward your right shoulder. Left ear toward your left shoulder. And right ear toward your right shoulder. Left. Tuck your chin toward your chest and just let your head move side to side. Good. Bring your head back to neutral, and with your chin, you're going to draw an infinity symbol, imaginary infinity symbol in front of you. Okay, this would also be one that you could do on the airplane. So your infinity symbol is going to look different than mine. Just try to get as much range of motion here as possible. Okay, go the other way. Okay, we're going to do one thing standing here. You guys are great. Feet under your hips. And this is a two-part movement, okay? So the first part, I'm confident that you'll be able to do. The second part, we'll see, okay? So the trick here is your head stays neutral. Let me back up so you can see me. Your head stays neutral, and your eyes track the movement of your hand. So as you inhale, you're going to track your fingertips with just your eyes. See how my head is not moving? You just watch for a second. Exhale, arm goes down. So don't do it yet. This is different than what we've done so far. Inhale, track the movement of your fingertips with your eyes. My head is not moving. Exhale, lower. Okay, inhale. So this is part of the grounding and balancing part that's been promised. Hopefully now your blood is flowing. We've done a bit of an energetic practice here. Okay, so this is the first part. I'm confident all of you can do, and this requires a lot of concentration actually. So let's do this right now. Have some silence as you practice. Now you'll lift up the opposite leg and lower it down. You'll have to go a bit faster here unless your balance is impeccable. Okay, so don't worry about breathing slow and deep. We're going to do that at the end. Don't worry. Inhale up, opposite leg, opposite arm. And so head is still not moving. If you are working on just getting your balance more up to speed, what will help here is stamping that foot down. So you just make that exhale part faster and more deliberate. Okay, keep going. Okay, and then try to go a little bit faster. Okay, make sure there's no furniture in your way. Rest here, bring both hands onto your belly, and let's come down into a seat. So however you want to sit down, hands on your belly. Trying to get in the good light here. So close your eyes. Let your hands come to the outsides of your torso a bit. So not just right here in front, but to the sides. And I encourage you now to experiment with not only breathing diaphragmatically and down into your belly, but try to breathe into the sides of your torso. Try to keep your shoulders soft, your scapula, your collarbones soft as you breathe in and out. One more breath. Okay. So I wanted to make this a very accessible practice. The next thing we'll do is come onto your back and just hug your knees in. And you're going to cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Push through that right heel. Reach your hands on either side of your left thigh. Okay, so right hand goes in the middle of the legs there, and left leg goes to the side. You're pushing through your right heel. Push your right knee away from your face. And it might feel nice to rock from side to side here. That can feel very balancing to the nervous system. Some of you, you'll be able to reach in front of your shin. You could still rock, or you could stay still. Okay, so just letting your eyes close, your breath be deep and deliberate. And 2 more full breaths here. Okay. Extend both of your legs up toward the ceiling. Point your toes. Flex your feet. Arms are at your sides. And keep pointing and flexing your feet. For our relaxation, I want to encourage you to put your legs up a wall, if you have wall space, or up on a chair, okay, especially if you're doing this after a flight or a long car ride. And then we'll do the left side. So cross your left ankle over your right knee. Reach your hands on either side of your right knee. And note here, if you're just new to this reclining pigeon pose or figure 4 stretch, the ankle doesn't go like on top of the knee. It goes like down on this part of the thigh. So a little bit further down so that you have something to push on. So you're not putting it on the joint, you're putting it just above the joint. And you're pushing through your left heel. Left knee goes away from your face. Hands go on either side of your leg. Some of you can reach on the front here. And try to keep your shoulders soft, your jaw soft. And continue to breathe diaphragmatically here. Nice full breaths, breathing in through your nose. You might even feel your belly press into your thigh, into your leg. And one more deliberate, conscious breath. Good. Release your legs up. Again, this time you're going to take your pointer finger, middle finger, and thumb. Grab a hold of your big toes. Take your legs out wide. And this is going to feel super great on your hips because I know they were just cramped up from sitting on that airplane. So we're doing the happy baby pose. Draw your knees towards your armpits. Knees go down toward the floor. And tailbone, lower back comes down toward the floor. Try to continue to keep your neck, your shoulders, your jaw soft. Okay, if it doesn't feel good to rock side to side or stable or possible to rock, you just stay still and just let the weight of gravity bring your femur bone into the hip joint. Okay. So stay here as long as possible. You can even pause me and just stay here. Okay, it might feel good to experiment with pushing through one heel, straighten one leg, straighten the other. Okay. So the key here, because you were sedentary for so long, is that we got the blood flowing first and we started standing and doing a lot of movement that way. And now we're stretching. Okay, maybe a little bit more rocking. Okay, we're going to do one more twist here. So draw your knees toward one another. Rock from side to side across your low back. And let your knees drop over to the right. You're going to flex your feet. So knees come to the right, arms come out in a goalpost position. Knees are coming up towards your face. And let your head rock from side to side. Okay, let your head rest. Let your shoulders move down toward the ground. You can take a block or a blanket under your right knee or in between your knees. So remember, a lot of what we're trying to do here is counter sitting. So you were just sitting for a very long time, and we're trying to do things that counter that. So you probably weren't doing this movement in any way on the airplane or in the car. Maybe a portion of it, but this would be pretty challenging. Okay, look towards your knees, draw your left knee in a half circle up towards your face, right knee follows, engage your core to help the knee come in safely, rock from side to side across your lower back. And then to protect the low back, this is all to help protect the low back so we don't want to rotate it too much. It doesn't have as much degree of rotation as people think it does. So push through your heels. You're flexing your feet like this. Knees go over to the left. Knees are up towards your face. And then right side of your chest opens up. So you can continue with this goalpost, the goalpost arms. It might feel good to just do a whole T position and straighten your arms out. Let your head rock side to side. Cervical spine has a lot of movement here. Okay, let it rest somewhere. One more full and complete breath. Look towards your knees, draw your right knee in a half circle up toward your face, engage your core, left one follows. Extend your legs up one more time and extend your arms up overhead. And just get as much of a stretch here, take up as much space as you can. Go ahead and pull your left wrist away from your head with your right fingertips. Same with the other side. You might lower your legs and just take a nice long body stretch. And any other movement that might feel good here. And we'll get set up for a relaxation. Okay, so I mentioned I would encourage you to put your legs up on something. So it can be anything. You can also just put them up the wall. Okay, so get comfortable here. And if there's lights on, turn the lights off. If you have anything to cover your eyes with, I'd recommend that. If you're wearing glasses, take your glasses off. And you can start with your hands on your belly. Eventually, I'd like you to get used to doing your relaxation with your arms at your sides with your palms up. Okay, sometimes it feels just more comfortable and safer to have your hands on your belly. So allow your eyes to close and tell yourself, now we're relaxing. Now I am relaxing. Now is the time to relax. My intention is to ground and center myself with this practice. And this is a very important part of my practice. This is where I integrate all the movement that I've done with my body. This is where I learn to deeply rest. This is where I practice just being. Relax any expression on your face. Relax around your eyes and your jaw, your throat. Soften down into your chest and across your chest through each of the shoulders. Come down the sides of your body and soften your rib cage, your belly. The fronts of your hips. Let your attention move down your legs into your thighs, your knees, shins, ankles, tops of your feet, your big toes, second toes, third toes, fourth and fifth toes. Bring your awareness to the bottoms of your feet, your heels, backs of your ankles, your calf muscles, backs of your knees, hamstrings, and just keep following along. Bring your attention to your glutes and across your sacrum, the back of your pelvis, your lower back, lumbar spine, mid back, upper back, and right in between your shoulder blades. Feel the support of the floor holding you up, especially in this part. The back of your heart, the back of your lungs. Feeling that gentle yet sturdy support. And take another breath here, really anchoring into the support, letting it center and ground you. Feel that support now under your arms as you rest down your elbows into your wrists. The arms are extensions of the heart. Bring your awareness into your thumbs and the tips of your thumbs, your pointer fingers and tips of your pointer fingers, middle fingers, tips of your middle fingers. Bring your awareness into your ring fingers and the tips of those, and into your baby fingers, tips of your baby fingers. So from your brain, you're consciously sending your awareness, your attention into each part that I'm naming, and doing your best to put your awareness there, sending it all the way down to the tips of each finger. Draw your awareness back up your arms and into the back of your neck and head. And feel the support, the sturdy yet gentle support of the floor under your head. So now is your time. I give you permission, you give yourself permission to stop thinking, stop planning, stop scheduling, and just be here in your very, very natural form. Let yourself rest. We won't be here too long. So you just rest here. Your attention is on your breath as it comes in and out through your nose. And know that anything you need to think about or schedule or work on will be there in a couple minutes. Ask yourself if you're able to relax a little bit more. Let your body feel heavy. You might feel a sensation of just melting or relaxing down toward the floor. So you're welcome to pause me here and stay 10 or 15 minutes longer. Otherwise, you'll deepen your inhale and bring some movement into your body. And go ahead, bring your right hand back on your chest, left hand back on your belly. And so our intention this whole time was to bring circulation, blood flow back into the body. Feel centered and grounded. So notice here any changes between now and when you first started this practice. And when you feel ready, you can bend your knees. Maybe rock side to side a bit. And roll over to whichever side feels most grounding for you right now. You'll lift that arm up and roll over to the side so that that arm supports your head. And we'll just stay here on this side for a few rounds of breath. So just staying here. Keep your eyes closed. And letting your head be the very last thing to come up, you'll push into the hand that's on top. Start by rolling up from your low back up to your mid back. And your head is the last thing to come up. And we'll sit quietly for a moment. So you'll bring your focus back to your nostrils, hands back on your knees. See how tall you can sit up. And again, you're welcome to pause me here and sit for as long as you'd like. Otherwise, bring your hands in front of your chest, either in a prayer position or one hand stacked over top of the other. Thank yourself for doing a practice today. And I thank you very much for joining me for this practice. I hope that it serves you and brings you back to your center and back to what feels like your strong, firm foundation and ground. So let me know if you have any questions, and thank you very much for being here.